Hey, it's your girl Renee, and I am here today to give you an update on my weight loss and also to talk about emotional eating. Okay, so I got on the scale this morning, and I can't say that I was happy or pleased with what I saw. I'm actually up, I think, 2 pounds from last week. The 2 pound variable is a little disconcerting, but I know what it's about. I have not been drinking enough water, A. And B, I've been doing a lot of physical activity. Over the weekend, I ran 19 miles on Saturday, and on Sunday, I did a race, so I did 6.2 miles. I just got finished running 6 miles just now, so that's why I'm a little bit, kind of sticky icky, whatever. But all of that physical activity makes you hungry. And when you are training on that level, you actually need a little bit more calories. And as you know, I'm eating paleo. But the problem is, if I am out and about and I do not have my food with me, sometimes I make poor food choices, especially this week, again, because I was hungry. And even when you're on a regular day, you should not allow yourself to get really, really hungry, because when you have that hunger, all you're thinking about is meeting that immediate need, and whatever's available, honestly, is kind of what's going to happen. And that's where I take the a conversation into emotional eating, because on Sunday, I did a splurge. I was like, I do 80/20. So I was like, oh, I will have this really good diner food. It wasn't good food. It was a piece of fried fish. And I also had some eggs. The bread I left alone because I just didn't want the whole wheat wheat sensitivity thing coming up. And also, I just didn't want those extra calories. But I started making some poor choices Monday. I had a few drinks, and that's fine. But then, when you lose your inhibitions, and I'm not gonna say lose. I mean, I wasn't drunk, but I was a little bit more easygoing about what I was doing. And then I had a piece of cake, and then so then it started the sugar thing. So because I haven't been eating any sugar aside from things in fruit, that little sugar trigger in my brain kicked up. So yesterday I went and I got some natural licorice, which sounds good, but you're only supposed to have a few pieces. I didn't eat the entire box, but I ate quite a bit. And all of these things, between the extra exercising that I'm doing and the triggers. So for me, the triggers are sugar, alcohol. Those two things kind of trigger my inhibitions. Basically, I'm not going to be as strict on my diet if I start to let those things in. It's kind of like suddenly once you introduce it, you start to get desires for it. And it's compounded by the fact that I had a lot of stress going on. And I know it's only the middle of the week, but life is stressful, which is one of the reasons why I do physical activity, because it does help with the stress release. The endorphins really help. And so as I work on my own personal emotional eating, I wanted to share some things with you that it happens. I mean, a lot of people are overweight or out of shape, not because they don't know what to do, but because they just are not doing it and get into a particular comfort zone and do what feels the best. And honestly, eating sugar, you get a quick high. Drinking alcohol, I like the way alcohol tastes. Those things are things that I enjoy. And I can do them, but in moderation. The problem comes in when I have emotional issues compounded upon a hunger or a need to eat, and I just grab whatever is available, or even if I'm out, purchase it, and I make poor choices. And so I'm trying to substitute the things that trigger my emotional eatings with something that is positive, that would be helpful for me. So if I am in a moment where I'm extraordinarily hungry, maybe I'll get one of these and just drink the whole thing down. That's only a temporary fix, but it'll keep me from stuffing myself with sugary sweets. And it'll keep my hunger at bay until I can get somewhere where I can get something that really is good for me. So this weight loss update is really about emotional eating, understanding the triggers, which for me are stress, anything stressful. I have a lot of things going on, so it's extraordinarily stressful right now. Stress is a big trigger. And then on top of what I'm already feeling, when things come in from out of the blue, it's a trigger. And so I have to know not only what my triggers are, but what to do positively to control the urges. I have suggestions. Carry fruit. Now, I did have fruit with me yesterday, but just not enough. I was out much longer than I expected to be. So carrying snacks really helps, and that's why when I said I really enjoy the craisins and the almonds, it's sweet, but it's good for me, and I'm not taking a lot. So little packets of those. So what I think I'm going to do is kind of buy in bulk and start making up my own little packages and always have them. So it's never an issue of if that emotional hunger thing comes along, I'll have something that will satiate the sugary desire, but also will be good for me. So it's your girl Renee. I'm not that upset about this week's results. I'll see what happens next week. I am traveling this weekend and the following week in New York and Vegas, so I'm I'm going to try and eat as good as possible. But when I am in other cities, I'm not going to deny myself the pleasure of those cities. It's just about watching what I eat and not going overboard. So it's your girl Renee signing off. I hope you learned a lot about emotional eating today. And hopefully you and I together can learn not only our triggers, but to positively combat those urges. Until next week. Well, actually, probably until Friday. It's your girl Renee signing off.